All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Let me get my screen shared here and then we will get started. Put that back in presentation mode. Share screen. All right. Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda Hammerly. I am the Executive Director of the International Association of Insurance Professionals. And I'd love to welcome all of you to today's virtual town hall. If this is your first town hall, we welcome you and we are glad you're here. If you've attended before, thank you for joining us again today. But additionally, if you're finding us on YouTube, we're even more excited to see you. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this session on our YouTube channel. So before we get started, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping items and announcements. You will be on mute throughout the presentation. You can hear us, but we cannot hear you. If you would like to ask a question, please submit your question using the Q&A section of the control panel on your screen, and we will review the questions as time permits. We are recording this session, and it will be available within 2 business days on the IAIP YouTube channel. And I will pop a link into the chat very soon of that channel so that you can go directly yourself and see all of the other videos we have available to you. But before I move any further, please help me welcome Vicki Harmon, IAIP's International President. And today we're going to review corporate opportunities for involvement with IAIP. Thank you so much for being here today, Vicki.
Always happy to sit in and participate with a town hall. I love doing these. And the corporate opportunities that we have available, they're so much fun to talk about because they're exciting. As an employer myself, I look around at the talent pool and it's hard. It's hard to find people. It's hard to train people. Recruiting is tough, and IIP has tools that can make that tough job a little bit easier. So as we take a look at our corporate opportunities, are we advancing slide? I'm sorry. We have our corporate membership. When you enroll 5 or more employees from one company into IIP specifically for a designation program like the ACR or the CLP, or if they already have the CLP, the CLPA, we can do custom programs for you to allow those folks to come in. They get to participate in all of the amazing benefits that we have as IIP members, and they can access that entire designation program during that first membership year, which definitely helps win that war for talent. You've got somebody coming in who's maybe fresh out of college, or they might not have gone to college. In insurance, you could get all things, but they've got some life experience, or they have some office experience, but maybe not a whole lot of interaction customer service experience. We can set them up in an ACR program where they're going to get that customer service customer service theme designation that will help. You've got somebody who's been in maybe a little bit longer than that, been in the industry a little bit longer, and they've got customer service. They're confident with that, but they want to do more. They want to get more out of their career, or they just want to learn how to be a better employee. Step into our CLP designation. Then you've got all the leadership classes, the things that help people become better at what they're doing and better employees, advances their own skills and makes them more valuable to their employer, which is a very good reason for an employer to support these initiatives, because the value is twofold. Yes, when I take a designation class, I get the benefit of that learning, but so does everybody else in my office, because every time I get better at something, it just makes all of us better. And every time you get better at something, or people in your office get better at something, the rising tide lifts all boats, right? In addition to the designation programs, when you sign up as a corporate membership with that group group rate and group access, you also get access to the selling essentials and, of course, our e-learning, which is our monthly webinars and other series. I'm so sorry. I should have cued Amanda a little bit better there. But you also get the access to the selling essentials and the career development classes, which can also be very, very helpful. And now we can move along into the other component of the corporate membership is not just the education for your employees and the networking and all of the other benefits that they get as being part of IAIP. There is also an opportunity where you can get some brand exposure for your company. As a corporate member, we can advertise that, oh, Vermont Mutual is one of our amazing success stories. And anybody who knows Paula or any of the employees, I should have looked to see if she's on the call. um, that just embraced the corporate membership model, and they have added several CLP designations to their employee roles, which is fabulous. But they also have some advertisement with us now because that's part of that product. When you see our logo soup, which you'll see here in a little bit, their logo's out there as well. So that is another benefit that goes along with this. Also, we do have a job board, and as an employer with a corporate member, you get an opportunity to post on our job board as part of that agreement. So the benefits just keep coming when it comes to the corporate membership. It's hard to list them all because you don't always capture the things like, oh, wait, I needed that class on managing my time. Actually, that one's the ACR. But there are times when the information in the class might not be brand new information, but boy, did I need that reminder, whether it's about a time management or a balancing priorities or uh, uh, financial intelligence. I just needed that reminder of taking this class in this time, and it can help tremendously. Who's our next? Okay, on to our benefits. What did I say? It's hard to capture them all because it's also membership. Every employee who's enrolled is also an IIP member with all of the benefits that go with that, including our special interest communities. They haven't been super active, but we have plans in place to revamp that and get it rolled out this year. So again, it will be back on track with regular meetings. We have the leadership opportunities, the ability to volunteer for task force on the international, regional, council, and local level. We have mastermind groups that are constantly going that enroll twice a year, and they can hop into mastermind and sit down in a small group peer environment and just have like-minded professionals to help bounce ideas off of. I will say when the masterminds first rolled out, I did not sign up right away because I'm like, I got things going on. I don't have time for this. Boy, what did I miss out on that first year? Because the next time enrollment came up, I'm like, oh, I've heard people talking about this. What am I missing out on? And I jumped in and I enrolled, and I have been in that same mastermind group ever since. And I look forward to those meetings every time I see it on the calendar, like, oh, today's mastermind day or tomorrow's mastermind day, whichever day it might be. Um, because it kind of fills that I just need some time to talk with other people who maybe aren't my coworkers, maybe aren't in the same environment looking at everything the same way as I am. They're people they're still in the insurance industry, but we're a wholesaler. They can be agents, they could be carriers, they could be ancillary vendors. It doesn't matter where they could be retired folks. Actually, I think we do have some retired in our mastermind. But that variety of perspective is so, so valuable. So it might be one of my favorite benefits. In our next. So, did you know that if you have employees enrolled as a under a corporate membership agreement, you can get a discount on the convention registration? 10%. So if you enroll 20 employees under a corporate membership, they're working on their designation, they make it through to the end of the year, they have earned their designations, you can get a 10% discount sending them to international to help celebrate earning those designations. Because let me tell you, we want to celebrate them. We want to celebrate you. We want to stand up and cheer and share that energy and the connection that we have available. We have had folks from other industry events attend our convention, and consistently the feedback comes back that the energy is just unbelievable. What are y'all doing to get people so excited? Because we are excited. We want to come together. We want to see each other and recognize the accomplishments and share our successes. So getting a 10% discount on registration is never a bad thing. Let's see. As we move along,
So that is
is
the
that the end of mine and time to
yes. So I think we should stop and maybe see if anyone's got some questions or I will say some of the questions that I get is how do we even implement a corporate membership program? And Vicky had mentioned Vermont Mutual, and when they signed up a couple of years ago, I have taken what they did and I've shared that with so many other organizations that have imitated it. And so what they did was they identified people within their organization that were on that manager cusp. They were just either new to a management role or wanting to be put into a management role. And they identified those individuals, put them into a small group, and then as a small group of maybe 10 moved through the program, the CLP program together, committing to one course a week and then committing to 1 hour a week of discussion around the course. And so then what they did with that is then they were able to take in the information from a leadership perspective, but then they were able to reinforce it within their own organization related to their culture, related to their organization. So that has been an imitated model now over the last couple of years. NetView has also imitated the same model, putting together cohorts of NetView members, and they have gone through the program together. And what's unique about that is that it does produce the CLP designation, and then you all obtain the designation together. You are supporting each other. You are moving through it as a class. And so I know Vermont Mutual has done like a graduation celebration style ceremony at the end. So that's a really unique way to implement this program. And it would be something that you would approach your human resource or training and development department. That's going to be your target for who needs to hear about this. And trust me, they are looking for this program. When we talk to them, they have been exhausted with trying to find it or being charged to build it themselves. And they don't need to reinvent the wheels. We have all of the wheels and we're ready to drive. So that's a question that I get frequently. Vicki, do you have any other ones?
I was just looking through the Q&A. There have been requests in the past. We already have some people at our company who are members. Can we still take advantage of the corporate membership option? I can answer
So,
it if you'd like.
yes. Oh, I thought you were. I was on the edge of my seat.
So that answer is absolutely yes. If you've got folks who are already members and they want to pursue the designation program, they're like, hey, maybe I could bring a class of other coworkers with me and we could all do this together. You bet we can work that out. Amanda is your point of contact for that, and she is the queen of customizing solutions to meet your needs, which is one of the things that is very beneficial to us as the association, is that what we do is not set in stone and take it or leave it. Oh no, you must have exactly 13 people and attend on 6 o'clock on Tuesdays.
Not at all. And with the
We-
addition of the learning management system,
Absolutely. With
the
the
education.
LMS, then you can take the classes on demand
Yes.
at your own pace. If you want to do it at 6 a.m. on Thursday, knock yourself out. If you want to do it during the business day as a group, there's so many options.
Yeah, we cater to different learning styles, that's for sure. But we have had several companies that are already active members. Resource Pro was one of them. CRC Group was another one. They had active members that enrolled in the corporate membership program. So that is something that we have definitely obtained over the last couple of years, and we'd love to see more. So if you have heard rumblings within your own company of needing leadership training, you are our target audience. You are who we want to hear from. And we actually have a form that you can submit this lead. If you are not comfortable making that lead happen, you can submit it to me and then I can follow it. So let me just put that here in the chat box. This is on our website. When you click on that form, you want to scroll down to the bottom, and then there's an actual section where you can submit the information, and it comes directly to me. I get an email when that's submitted. It is helpful to mention you as the lead generator in the process so that you get the credit, so they understand where it came from, so it's not too much of a cold call. Because we do find that, and you've all heard me say it, there is so much power in your email address. There, your internal human resource department is going to respond to you a lot faster than they're going to respond to me. So even if it's just an email introduction and a handoff, that is very appreciated, or a lead through this lead generator is also appreciated. Whatever you are most comfortable with. So, if you've heard within the organization the need for the training, then let's talk.
So just to add one more comment before we move on from that, because this is something I have done in the past. Okay, Amanda had just asked that, yes, your email address is powerful, but you think, oh, I don't know what to say. You don't have to craft the message yourself. Submit that form and say, help me, and she or I or the team, we can help you craft that message before it goes to HR or the manager or whomever it goes to, just to have that extra layer of, here, let us help you refine the message to be just what you want to say. So again, no need to reinvent any of the wheels because we have them.
So I know many of you have had experience in the learning management system and other experiences with our education, and you understand how it is purchased in the traditional model. But so that you are aware, when you enter into the corporate membership model and you are transitioned as a corporate member in the database, when you approach that education, there is zero cost to you as an individual. So in the learning management system, we actually have it set up so that if your member type is corporate member, when you go in there, it is $0 for you to start consuming that education. So it is it's an umbrella rate. It's a flat rate that then includes all of that education. So that there's no constant charging of the credit card to do that expense report, to get it approved, to get it reimbursed. I mean, I know that that is exhausting. So that is all taken away. That is off the table. You just go in and proceed with the education. So I know that there's always some questions about that. There anybody else want to pop something in the chat box? I had to enable the chat box when we started this meeting, and it is now enabled. So chat away. This group is not afraid of the chat box, which is one thing I love. So we want to see you guys in there. If you've already experienced the corporate membership model, or know someone that has, we'd love to hear your experience if it's been successful for you. So please chat away. Ask us anything. Vicki, did you have any other questions that were popping up for you?
I think that's what we've got for now. Go ahead with our next.
Okay. So if something comes to mind, we will stop and address it. You just pop it in there. No worries. We're all friends here. All right. So I do want to talk a little bit about our corporate partner. So there always seems to be a little confusion between the difference between the two. So a corporate partner is going to have more of a marketing, branding, recognition opportunity for an organization. It's going to be a year-round recognizing the partnership on a year-round basis. When you get the Connection e-news, you're going to see them at the bottom. When you go to the website, you're going to see their logos at the bottom on the ticker. You also are going to see the corporate member logos there as well because they do have a marketing element. But a corporate partner, we're going to drill in a little deeper. We're going to give them opportunities to write blog posts. We're going to give them opportunities to host webinars that have solution-based content. They do get opportunities to exhibit at the convention, as you can see here, Paul Davis, which is a year-over-year continuing corporate partner with us, along with many others. So this is just one example. So we give them that marketing. We want to get that brand awareness in front of them. So this is a completely different ask. This is not necessarily a human resource talent development ask. This is more from your marketing department, sales department, those people that are working those trade show booths, those people who are producing that content to let the whole world know what your company is doing. So that's sort of the difference between the two. We also do have a lead generator link for this one as well. So let me pop that into the chat box, please. And bookmark these links, bookmark them, because right now you might not need that link, but you might in the very near future. So who we're looking to connect with are the people that you are doing business with. Who is solving problems for you? What companies are approaching you to try to get you to do business with them? That's who we're trying to connect with. So the Paul Davises, the Enterprises, the Safe Light, these are companies that are engaged with us, and we want to see more. But we have to find out what sandbox that we need to play in. Who wants to come and be a part of our organization? Okay, we had a couple of things pop in the chat. Great.
Yes, now that folks know chat is working.
Uh-huh.
We do like to talk. I will say that most recent link that Amanda just dropped in there, I've had that bookmark for I don't even know how long. And anytime I come across a random sponsor of, oh, here, let me just drop this information in because maybe they're not somebody that is a good fit to do business with our company, but they might still be a sponsor. They might be just the vendor you're looking for that you didn't know about. And if they had their logo up there with our logo soup, that's how we make
Yeah,
those connections. Because when we are connecting members and building careers, it's not just our own. We're
right,
also connecting to the rest of the industry.
right. So, whoop, I went too far. I am so sorry. Let me go back there. So, in addition to corporate partner, corporate member, we have convention sponsor. So a convention sponsor is only going to be associated with the convention. The recognition doesn't generally live past the convention activities. And a lot of times this is a really great way to introduce a new sponsor to IAIP. And generally I can convert them to a corporate sponsor after their experience at convention. So they get that on-site brand recognition, they get the opportunity to exhibit, they get the opportunity to select a branded event like K&K does every year. I see Kimberly is here. They are another corporate partner of ours, and they select our education as a branded opportunity annually. It's presented by K&K Compliance. So they can, be there on site with us, be a part of our group, but it's a great way to get introduced. And so being in Oklahoma, think about the industry that's kind of regional to that area so that if we need to tap into some local sources, that would be very much so appreciative. If your organization is doing business with companies that are based in that region 6, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, those areas, they would be very interested in becoming a convention sponsor because it's easier on their travel budget. We've also made this really easy and really affordable for organizations by having a very focused time for our exhibits during the welcome reception and then again the next morning at breakfast with sponsors. We heard many, many years ago that the sponsors want to get in, they want to have focused opportunity, and then they need to move on to their next event. Some of these people do 17 trade shows a year. So we don't want to drag it out. We want to make sure they get what they need and they can keep moving. So I'll stop there again and just ask any questions in the chat box. Any companies you want to see there? Maybe you haven't you know, don't have a direct contact, but you're like, why isn't this organization exhibiting with us? Like, where are they? I need to know. I need to know what, or when you go to or other insurance related conferences, who are you seeing on that trade show floor that you believe should be with us? And actually, Vicky, you can kind of speak to your experience when you visit other trade shows, what you managed to do.
I do kind of have fun with that when I go to other trade shows. If I am there as an attendee, of course, you go through all of the different exhibitors and you talk to them and see, because you never know how that exhibitor might have something that will help your company. So I listen to their pitch, whether they're something that might be a good fit for our company or not, then we explore whatever that might be. But then I turn the conversation to just a moment of, who else do you advertise with? Do you go to other shows? Are you looking for a different audience to get your message out? Because we have a convention every year and we don't have as many sponsors in the room as there are in this one, because pretty much all of them have 50, 75, 100 or more sponsors, exhibitors on that trade show floor, and we don't. We have a limited exhibit space, which means the exhibitors we have get a lot of attention and they appreciate that. They like the ability to actually make connections with the members at our event. Yes, I go and exhibit at things where we are one of those 100 exhibitors, and I still go, and yes, there is an ROI on it, but it is not the same as being one out of 10 or 15. It's just so much better to be able to interact. And again, that's a feedback we get from the exhibitors, is
Mhm.
how engaging the members are, which, as the current international president, let me just say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, because it's you all who make that good impression with our sponsors and our exhibitors, and it makes us all look good.
Does anyone remember what the Safe Flight exhibitor shared on site last year? He said that IAIP made him feel like a celebrity when he looked up and he saw people waiting in line to come and talk to him. He was totally blown away by that engagement. So our group knows how to treat sponsors. And when sponsors get involved with us, they generally don't leave because they have come to really love the interactions and the relationships. So we need to get more of them in the room, and we need to get more members in the room. We need our members to attend the convention so that the sponsors still get what Vicki mentioned, that return on investment for being there with us. So we've been talking about logo soup, so I want to give you guys a helping of that. If you haven't had lunch yet, here you go. So a couple of logos here that are very involved with our organization on an annual basis. We've got corporate partners, corporate members, convention sponsors, all on this page. And a couple of years ago, we only had one page, but now we have 2 pages, and we want to have 3 pages. So the way that we're able to accomplish this is because of members. And that's what we need. We need to see more logos so we continue to expand and have more opportunities for those organizations to get involved. Yep, Terry Brennan, very exciting. I know, I love logo soup. It's one of my
It's the
favorite things.
best. And needing 2 pages, come on, y'all, let's make it 3.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
make
make
it
it
3.
3. Yeah. And then, so that's sort of the end of our presentation today. Oh, there's Paula right there. She's right there in the center. She's Vermont Mutual, one of our
Absolutely.
members there. But this is from our 2024 convention. We had so much fun in Scottsdale. We're going to have the most fun as well in Oklahoma City. So more to come on that very, very soon to all of you. The task force will start meeting next week and start planning an awesome event for you. So if you have any questions, bookmark those links we put in the chat. There is my email, but I know all of you know my email, so I don't have to share it too much. But I want to hear from you. If you have questions later, if something comes up later, please reach out. We're happy to help. So we'll pause just for a moment. And anybody have any other questions that they wanted to bring up?
feel free to drop anything in chat. I do see a comment that has come through the Q&A, and yes, that is actually what he said to us. The comment is very interesting on the vendor feeling like like a celebrity.
Yeah.
That is the direct feedback he gave us, which was fabulous. Didn't we also get a comment about our retired members? I don't remember
Yes.
if it was the same person or
Same
not.
person, same gentleman, and he mentioned that he realized a lot of them were retired, but using the services. They came to him and said, "I'm retired, but I'm still using your service for my own personal needs." Enterprise can receive that same feedback. Paul Davis can receive that same feedback. These are industry vendors that reach into our personal lives. So think about that kind of stuff as well. Because the gentleman from Safe Flight mentioned those two things to us, and it was an eye-opening aha moment that we hadn't tapped into before. So it was really nice to hear that from him.
Part of that conversation also around the retired members is how much does that speak for our organization that we do have so many members who, even though they have retired from their day jobs, they are passionate about this industry, they are passionate about this organization, and they are still volunteering their time to help us as an organization and help mentor and groom the next generation of leaders coming through. If it weren't for the help of people like that, how would any of us win that race for talent? Because people will go to other industries. And that involvement and support from our retired members is noticed, is appreciated, and not just by us, because it was wonderful to hear that from a sponsor.
All right, so if you don't have any other questions, we're just going to get wrapped up here. So we just thank you all for your time today and taking a moment to talk with us, hear a little bit more about the corporate opportunities. I hope your wheels are spinning on how to get your organization involved. So, but I do want to pass over a few exciting things coming up in our immediate future. So mark your calendar because our next education opportunity will be Monday, September 9th. Region 1 presents the Advanced CLP virtual course, Organizational Trust. And followed on Wednesday, September 11th, you will have the opportunity to virtually take Train the Trainer. This course is designed to certify individuals who want to teach IAIP courses. Now is the time to take that step in a new direction and increase your ability to facilitate IAIP's education and adding yourself to that list of IAIP certified trainers. So be sure and review the IAIP community calendar. Another link I have now popped into the chat, and there you go. Because we are adding opportunities almost on a weekly basis now between Sue just mentioned our ACR course. We are teaching those virtually between now and sometime in the early new year. So we also will be working on getting those added to the learning management system as well very, very soon. So we have a new designation ready for you to consume that education and keep moving forward with your professional development goals. And I do want to mention that many of these educational opportunities that are made available to you are because of the support of the NAIW Legacy Foundation and our donors. So this does conclude our session today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Thank you all. Have a great day.